You're watching the right video if you want GoPro footage like this. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to kind of be talking about my GoPro setup and the mounts that I run and the settings that I run on my GoPros. Okay, so first off, I'm going to talk about the mounts that I'm not a huge fan of. First being the chest mount. It's really hard just to get a consistent shot and get what you're wanting to get the whole time. If you're leaning over the handlebars, it's going to be showing all handlebars and gas tank, and like if you're hard on the gas, you're going to be leaning over and it's not going to get up ahead on the trail. And then if you're leaning back, it's going to do the opposite obviously and show up above and not what you're actually trying to get. The other one that I'm not a huge fan of, but it can work sometimes, is on top of the helmet. This one, it's just, I think it's too far away from all the action and moving around. It's just going to show up above, or not up above, but ahead of the trail, and it's not going to show all your body movement and stuff like that. So that is why I like these two mounts, one being under the visor and one being on the chin. So I'll talk about those. Okay, so with the under the visor mount, I just tried to mount it as close as I could to the edge of the helmet, and I just found this to work best with the Hero Session. It's just really out of the way and you don't have to worry about losing it or anything like that. And I've just kind of found that it's just when I'm riding through like really thick trees or face slappers, this one's the way to go. And also with the under the visor, it is going to show mostly up ahead, and sometimes it'll show a little bit of handlebar movement but not too much. So keep that in mind, just kind of what kind of footage you want. And if you have it too far angled down, it's just going to show all fender and not up ahead. And then if you have it too far angled up, it'll just show all your visor, and so you don't want that. And so now moving on to the chin, my favorite. Okay, so moving on to the chin mount, I use it with my GoPro Hero 7 Black. I've got a link to them down in the description, so go check that out. And what I did here was I just took a regular flat GoPro mount that comes with your GoPro, and I just heated it up a lot and stuck it on the chin mount, or the chin piece. And with the bells, you can actually pop that out, so that's what I did. And then I also took some just like a plastic epoxy, and I'll put a picture in for you guys, but I just layered it on to make more surface area, so I'd make sure that it stuck really good. And so this angle, I think it's the best because it'll show handlebar movement along with up ahead on the trail. So it's kind of the best of both worlds, and then you have the stabilization and everything like that. And if you don't want to slap a GoPro mount onto your chin piece, then they do make, I think it's called the SoPro GoPro mount. And I'll also have a link to that down in the description, so go check that out too if you don't want to do this. But I think this is the easiest way, and it kind of looks a little bit better than a strap being on your helmet, but I can understand not wanting to glue things to your helmet and everything like that. Okay, so moving along to the settings on my GoPro. On my session, I just use 1080 at 30 frames per second, and then the super view. The reason why I use the super view is because if you don't have the right angle, it kind of corrects for that. It kind of just shows everything. And then also it shows like how fast you're actually going versus the wide angle or the regular. I think it kind of makes you look slow, and it also shows like how gnarly the track can actually be. I know GoPros kind of have a tendency not to do that, but I think the super view kind of gets you the best view of the track. So and then likewise with the Hero 7, I use either 1080 or 2.7K. along with 30 frames per second and the super view. And so I use the 2.7K if I'm just out riding or it's a shorter race, but then the 1080 for like a longer 2-hour race when I want the GoPro battery to last a little longer. Okay, so a couple tips to help your battery last longer is turn your Bluetooth off, your GPS off, and then your display brightness down. I put mine all the way down on 10% just because I don't even really look at the screen. And so that'll help you get through your race or a full day of riding or whatever you need it to be. And then, like I said earlier, if you need it to last longer, you can kind of put it down on 1080, and that should help too. Thanks for watching this video, and consider subscribing. Thanks.